Hello. So I just had my first therapy appointment with the new therapist, and it was an intake, and she asked questions like, what brings you here? What's your trauma history like? Like, where did you grow up? I answered all of it. Um, I tried to be very honest. I was initially feeling that I was just not going to lie, but I was going to conceal a lot more than I ended up doing. Just because I've had so many experiences with therapists where they don't want to see me because I'm too complex. And if every therapist doesn't want to see me because I'm too complex, then how am I going to get better? Like, how am I going to improve my symptoms? Like, isn't that the point of therapy? Improve your symptoms so that you don't feel like shit so much. Um, but yeah, I shared pretty much everything. I shared the amnesia, the time loss, that there's other people in my head that I talk to, that I've been to the psych ward multiple times, and honestly, nothing is ever really conclusive, and I feel that I keep getting misdiagnosed with things. Um, the therapist I spoke to, she was actually very kind, like, and sweet, honestly. Because, like, I was just sharing, like, how I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder multiple times and how I really don't feel that I have it. And like, because my understanding of bipolar disorder is that it's about a week, give or take. I know like the days can fluctuate, but it's like a good chunk of time where you are really depressed and your mood is very low. It's like in the dirt, you're depressed, followed by about ish the same amount of time of like an uptick in mood, like hypomania or mania. And because there are so many different like people, like states of consciousness, parts of me, like in the same body that experience very different moods just as like their baseline personality, it's really hard to say that I could ever be diagnosed with bipolar disorder, just because I don't really see that in myself. Even when there are parts who are very depressed, there's always a part that can switch in who like is happy go lucky. So um, I explained that. She seemed to like understand that I've had a lot of trouble getting a proper diagnosis, um, and that was good. She was kind, and she did end up saying that I'm a lot more complex than most of the people that they see, and that wasn't so great to hear because I've heard that so many times. And like, she didn't say we won't work with you, but that was what I was afraid of. I was afraid of her saying like, sorry, you're too much, you're too crazy, and quite frankly, like, you don't deserve help, which like is not what she would have literally said, but that's how it makes you feel. Like, I've struggled with these symptoms my entire life. It's affected my relationships, it's affected, I don't know, my sleep, my ability to go outside, and my ability to feel safe in the world. Like, it's affected everything. Um, my relationship with my body, my relationship with food, um, just everything. So I really need help. She said that she was going to talk to the director, I think. I guess there's like a director that's in charge of like all the therapists, like the whole operation, I guess. And uh, then see like what they say and how best to help me. And I said, is it okay if I share what I think I need? And she said it was fine. And I said that what I need is I need help mapping out my system and identifying all of the alters and characterizing them so that we can have better communication as a system. And another thing that I need is there what just recently went through a breakup that was really painful and confusing. And I mentioned that because of the time loss that I experienced, I don't have a good understanding of what even happened in that relationship or why things fell apart. And so I need someone that we can all share our own tiny little slivers of what happens in that relationship so that they can then paint like a cohesive story to tell back to us so that we know what happened. Because I think that sometimes we've struggled to learn from our mistakes just because we can't remember them. And I know that sounds really bad, and it makes me think like, if people hear that, are they gonna think like, oh, what a red flag, I don't want to be friends with you? And maybe they will think that, but it is something that I'm trying to work on, and I want to be accountable. I want to be able to process difficult interpersonal situations with people if I hurt them, or just even if I didn't hurt them, I would just like to remember my life and like what happens in it. Um, but yeah, I mean, the appointment itself was good. She was not mean or anything like that. She didn't flat out say that she can't work with me. She just said that she has to talk to the director and see like what they can do. Like, I don't know what that means necessarily. But I'll see. I'll find out. I'm honestly nervous. Like, I'm scared shitless. Uh, but yeah, I am probably gonna drink some water and see if I can have a little snack, because oof, these nerves, man, I'm so anxious. Um, I hope you're doing well. Uh, I hope you're fighting, and I hope you can eat something yummy today, or you just see a funny video. Alrighty, peace.